Love has changed. The way we connect, date, and build relationships is no longer the same as it once was. In fact, did you know that 40% of people have reported feeling more isolated today than they did 5 years ago, despite being more connected through social media? That's right, technology, the thing that was meant to bring us closer, is also making love harder to find. You might think dating apps are the solution. But did you know that people who meet online are 25% more likely to break up within a year than those who meet in person? Shocking, isn't it? We live in an age where swiping right seems easy, but building a real connection feels harder than ever. In this video, we're going to dive into why love is so much more complicated in the digital world. From the pressure of online perfection to the confusion caused by texting, we'll uncover the challenges modern relationships face. Stick with me, and we'll explore practical strategies you can use to find love that lasts, even in this digital age. Chapter 1: Swipe Left, Love Right? The digital dilemma in today's world. Dating has become more about swiping left or right than getting to know someone deeply. The rise of dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge has made it easier to meet people, but it's also turned love into a game. According to a 2021 study by the Pew Research Center, nearly 30% of U.S. adults have used a dating app or website. Sounds like a lot, right? But what happens when we are swiping so often that we forget what real connection feels like? Many experts argue that these apps contribute to a paradox of choice. The more options you have, the harder it is to choose just one. A 2000 study by psychologist Barry Schwartz revealed that having too many choices can lead to dissatisfaction. We're so caught up in the next possible perfect match that we never fully invest in the one person in front of us. Strategy: slow down and commit to deeper conversations. Instead of endlessly swiping, try to focus on quality interactions. Ask meaningful questions that go beyond "what do you do for fun?" and "what's your favorite movie?" This helps you see the person for who they truly are, not just for their profile picture. Another problem with digital dating is the superficiality. You judge people based on their looks and a few lines of text. But love is much more than that. In a study by the University of North Texas, researchers found that people who met online were more likely to focus on appearance than those who met in person. When we judge too quickly, we might miss out on real potential. Strategy: prioritize getting to know someone's character over their physical appearance. Looks can fade, but a strong connection based on shared values and personality is what lasts. Chapter 2: The Illusion of Perfection, Instagram versus Real Love. Have you ever looked at a couple's Instagram and thought, wow, they have the perfect relationship? You're not alone. Social media has created a filtered version of reality where everything seems picture perfect. In fact, a study from the University of Missouri found that people who spend more time on social media tend to feel worse about their own relationships. Why is that? The constant comparison to others can make us feel inadequate. We look at couples who post pictures from their vacations, special dates, or moments of affection, and we start to believe that's what love should look like. But here's the truth: those posts are often curated to show only the best moments. It's easy to forget that no relationship is as perfect as it seems on a screen. Strategy: take social media with a grain of salt. Avoid comparing your relationship to the highlight reels of others. Instead, focus on building your own love story based on genuine connection. Remember, real life is full of messy moments, and that's what makes it meaningful. It's also important to note that Instagram and other platforms create unrealistic expectations for relationships. The pressure to live up to these expectations can lead to dissatisfaction and insecurity. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, social media use can increase stress and decrease self-esteem in relationships, leading to a fear of missing out, FOMO syndrome. Strategy: set healthy boundaries with social media. Take breaks, and spend more time connecting in person rather than getting caught up in online comparisons. Cultivate gratitude for the moments you have, rather than longing for someone else's. Chapter 3: Ghosting, Breadcrumbing, and the New Love Lingo. The digital age has introduced a whole new language when it comes to relationships. Terms like ghosting, breadcrumbing, and orbiting have become everyday words in our romantic vocabularies. Ghosting, where someone suddenly disappears without explanation, is now a common experience. A 2019 survey found that 25% of people reported being ghosted and 80% said they had ghosted someone. Ghosting can leave you feeling confused and hurt, as it's hard to find closure without any explanation. Similarly, breadcrumbing, the act of sending occasional messages to keep someone interested without ever fully committing, is another frustrating phenomenon in modern relationships. This behavior often happens when one person is unsure or unwilling to fully invest. Strategy: set clear expectations early on in your relationship. If someone is playing games or breadcrumbing, it's important to recognize the red flags and move on. Healthy communication is key to understanding each other's intentions. If you feel confused or uncertain, ask the person directly about their intentions. You deserve clarity? Another behavior that has emerged is orbiting, where someone cuts off direct communication but still watches your social media posts. This can be equally frustrating because it leaves you wondering where you stand. According to a 2020 survey by YouGov, about 50% of people in their 20s have experienced some form of orbiting. It's a confusing and emotionally draining situation that makes it hard to build trust. Strategy: if you notice these behaviors, it's time to reevaluate your relationship. Communicate your needs, and don't be afraid to walk away from situations that are not fulfilling. Your time and emotional energy are valuable, and it's important to invest in relationships that offer respect and genuine connection. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more practical advice on how to navigate love in the digital age. Chapter 4: The Danger of Overthinking. When texts speak louder than actions in the digital world, communication is instant, but that doesn't always make it clearer. Texting, while convenient, often leaves room for overthinking. Have you ever spent hours wondering if someone's LOL means they're genuinely laughing, or if they're just being polite? This type of second-guessing is common today. According to a 2018 survey by the American Psychological Association, 60% of people say they feel anxious about how their messages are interpreted. Text messages can lack emotional cues, like tone and body language, which leads to misunderstanding. A message that was meant to be playful can easily be misinterpreted as rude or dismissive. This causes unnecessary anxiety, making it harder to feel secure in a relationship. Research also shows that overthinking text conversations can lead to feelings of insecurity, especially in the early stages of dating. Strategy: to avoid the stress of overthinking, don't rely solely on text. Whenever possible, switch to a phone call or video chat. These modes of communication allow for more authentic expression and reduce the chances of misinterpretation. If you are unsure about a message, ask the person to clarify in a direct, kind way. Open, honest communication helps build trust and prevents misunderstandings from spiraling. Another challenge with texting is the constant expectation for quick responses. When we don't hear back immediately, we can become anxious and wonder what went wrong. A study from the University of California found that waiting for a text reply can trigger the same stress response as waiting for important news, like a job interview result. It's easy to fall into the trap of interpreting delayed responses as a sign of disinterest, but it's crucial to remember that people have different communication styles. Strategy: practice patience and give others space to respond. Don't assume the worst if someone doesn't reply right away. People lead busy lives, and delays in texting are not always personal. A healthy relationship involves allowing room for both partners to have their own time and space. Chapter 5: Love in the Age of Comparison. Why everyone else seems happier. If you've ever felt like your relationship isn't as perfect as those you see on social media, you're not alone. Social comparison theory, first introduced by psychologist Leon Festinger in the 1950s, suggests that we tend to measure our own worth by comparing ourselves to others. With the rise of platforms like Instagram and Facebook, we're constantly exposed to images of ideal relationships that seem to be full of happiness and adventure. But this creates an unrealistic standard that can leave us feeling inadequate. A 2020 study published in Cyberpsychology, Behavior, and Social Networking revealed that people who engage in social comparison on social media are more likely to feel lonely and dissatisfied with their relationships. The constant exposure to seemingly perfect couples can lead us to believe that our own love life is lacking. Strategy: Combat this by unfollowing accounts that make you feel insecure or unsatisfied with your relationship. Instead, follow pages that promote authenticity and self-love. Recognize that social media often presents a filtered version of reality, and what's shown online isn't the full story. Focus on building your relationship and appreciating the real, unfiltered moments you share with your partner. Also, remember that comparison can ruin your happiness. According to relationship expert Dr. John Gottman, constant comparison can lead to resentment, as partners may feel they're being measured against an impossible standard. Love is not about competing, it's about connecting deeply with the person in front of you. Strategy: practice gratitude in your relationship. Take time each day to reflect on the qualities you love about your partner and the moments that bring you joy. Shift your focus from what others have to the blessings you share with the person you love. Chapter 6: Breaking Free, Reclaiming Love from the Screen. In a world dominated by digital distractions, it's easy for our relationships to get lost in the shuffle. We're constantly glued to our screens, checking social media, texting, or browsing the internet, which can take time away from real-life connections. According to a 2019 report from the American Academy of Pediatrics, 50% of children and 60% of adults admit to feeling distracted by their phones during family or romantic interactions. It's not just about the time spent on screens, it's also about the quality of the interactions. When we're scrolling through our phones during a dinner date or texting while our partner is talking, we're not truly present. This lack of attention can create distance, making it harder to nurture a meaningful connection. Strategy: set tech boundaries to protect quality time with your partner. Designate phone-free times, such as during meals or before bed, where you can connect without distractions. Create rituals that help you focus on each other, like taking a walk together or having a no-phone conversation before the day begins. These small changes can make a big difference in strengthening your relationship. It's also essential to unplug and spend more time doing activities that foster closeness. In a study published in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, couples who engaged in shared activities, like cooking together or going for a hike, reported higher levels of satisfaction in their relationships. These activities encourage communication and bonding, which digital interactions often fail to provide. Strategy: prioritize offline experiences that bring you and your partner closer. Whether it's a hobby you both enjoy or just spending time without any tech distractions, these moments allow you to build deeper, more authentic connections. Moreover, a strong relationship requires vulnerability. Digital interactions often feel shallow, as we can easily hide behind screens and curated images. Being vulnerable in real life, sharing fears, dreams, and emotions, creates a deeper bond. According to Brené Brown, a researcher on vulnerability is not winning or losing, it's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Strategy: cultivate vulnerability by opening up to your partner. Share your thoughts and feelings honestly, even when it feels uncomfortable. A truly connected relationship thrives on trust and openness, which can only flourish when both partners are willing to be vulnerable. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips and strategies on building real love in a digital world. The digital age has brought new challenges to love and relationships, but by being mindful of how we communicate and connect, we can reclaim the depth and authenticity that make love truly special.